Does the Ballerina's bizarre embargo schedule make you nervous for the future of films embargoes? Absolutely it does. If you don't know what he's referring to, for, I guess it's the early screenings of the Ballerina in New York and LA, the embargo was given. Essentially it was, you are encouraged to share your positive reactions by like May 22nd. However, hold other reactions until like June 6th, something like that. Essentially, it's two different embargoes, not for social media and reviews, which is normal. Here, you can post a tweet about it, your quick reaction, but a full review, hold off till a later date. That's totally normal. That's why I do out of the theater reactions and then a full review later, because there's normally two embargoes. That's exactly what I'm doing. The original version of my out of the theater reactions was me reading the tweet and I went, this is stupid. I'll just keep it to the length of a couple tweets. The video will be under 2 minutes, it's 90 seconds. That qualifies as a reaction. It's not a full review, and then the full review comes later. That's not what this is. They said, share positive thoughts 2 weeks before the movie comes out. Hold any negative thoughts until a couple days beforehand. So Twitter went absolutely insane over this. And I think any person with common sense, any person with integrity, sees that and they go, yikes, this is really bad. This is a really bad direction for the industry to go. And at the same time, it feels like the organic endpoint, the natural endpoint, final destination of the path that the industry has been on for a while anyway, which is there's a certain curation of who is invited to early press screenings in LA, the world premieres, who's invited to press junkets, and there's a certain amount of, if you play ball, if you are friendly towards the movies, if you say nice things, you're more likely to get invited. I'm not in that world. I'm not in LA. I'm not getting invited to that stuff anyway. So I don't know how true that is. I can't, how much of that is conspiracy theory, how much of it is real. I don't know. But there's a handful of people that never go to early reactions and blast the film. There's a number of people that do these press junkets and get all sorts of access, and they never blast the films. And so you immediately go, wait a minute. You're always nice and you always get invited. And there's also kind of this flavor of, people that go to these early reactions, they want to get pull quoted. Pull quoted is when you post your review, your reaction, and they take a quote from you and they put it in the trailer, they put it on the poster. That's cool. I've only had that with was it Novocaine earlier this year? This is the first time it happened for me. It was really cool. And I really enjoyed that movie, which I assumed I would because it was very much my kind of thing. But there's people that they write a lot of tweets. Cody Leach, my very good friend, he calls them review Mad Libs. The early reactions for Marvel movies, these tentpole movies, and people see it at the premiere, their first reactions come out, and this is back. Best movie since this one. This actor is everything. Hand this person all the awards. And it's just like these stock phrases that everybody uses in their out of their theater initial reactions, just hyping up the movies. And there's very specific people that seem to be invited to a lot of these premieres and everything that use this language a lot. And they keep getting invited, and they keep hyping up every movie, and so people don't trust early reactions anymore. This is the path that we've going down for about a decade now since influencers have emerged, and it's only more and more as you legitimately have film critics and you have influencers, TikTokers and Twitter people and stuff like that. They're not the same thing. And thrown in the mix, you have film journalists that do interviews. So it's kind of like three different categories of people all going to film premieres and sharing their initial thoughts. Everyone that's in my sphere that we would call ourselves film critics primarily, we see that embargo information that you can't share negative until 2 weeks after positive, and we go, that's immoral. That's messed up. That's wrong. I'm talking to my wife who does social media for a company. Like, she's very much in the world of if local franchises for her company get bad reviews on any of these review websites, she kind of works with them to resolve that. And what can you do? And what if there's like a shady review? How do you get more positive reviews on for your franchise and everything like that? That's kind of her job. A big part of it is to help them do that. And she's like, it's illegal for us to tell people to promise things to them if they will give us a positive review. Like, there's all these rules of what you can and can't do, because you can't rig the game. You can't say only be positive or anything. Like, you can't, there's rules you have to follow. And so she literally went, isn't that illegal to do that? It's like, I don't know if it's illegal, but it is certainly morally questionable. The idea that you would tell people you can only post your positive reviews up front. So this is such a dangerous path that they're heading on. If I get an embargo like this, I don't know what I would do, but I would almost certainly call it out. And like with integrity, it puts you in this really weird position of like, I'm not trying to get into a bit of a like fight with Lionsgate over their embargo, but you should not be telling me there's two different dates for when I can say positive versus negative things. That is not how this works. That is not the relationship here. You're trying to rig the system, but it's a natural endpoint for if we're more and more just flirting with having hype men and influencers show up and inviting people out that, put them in a hotel and give them a cool experience and tell them to celebrate and praise the movie. That's the natural endpoint that you absolutely kill online film discourse, because all you do is inflate scores and reactions with people that you're promised them pull quotes, access, plane trips. You give them all this stuff and they'll praise everything, and no one can be trusted anymore. Like, you just kill online discourse entirely, which has been happening already.
Most of these clips are pulled from my Patreon live streams. I do about 6 live streams every single month. For $2 per month, $20 per year, you can get access to all the exclusive videos and live streams. For $5 per month, you get your name on my end card. At the top tier, you get a 30-minute video chat with me each month. The link down below in the description has more information.